If you're in your 60 seconds or older, and you've ever felt a strange tingling in your hands, or like your legs suddenly just couldn't hold you up, I want you to know you are not alone. Every 11 seconds, a senior is rushed to the emergency room in the U.S., not because of a heart attack, not even because of a fall, but because their legs gave out without warning. That sudden weakness, that feeling like the floor disappeared under you, it's real. And it's terrifying. Maybe your fingers go numb when you're holding a cup of tea, or you wake up with burning feet that make it hard to get out of bed. For many seniors, these aren't just occasional annoyances. They're daily reminders that something deeper is going wrong inside the nerves, and it's not just getting older. The truth is, many of these symptoms come down to one missing link: collagen. Not the kind you see in expensive creams or trendy supplements. I'm talking about natural, food-activated collagen that protects your nerves, strengthens your muscles, and keeps your hands and legs working like they should. But here's the hard part. 99% of seniors aren't getting it. Not because they don't care, but because no one ever told them where to find it in real, everyday foods. And even fewer know how to prepare those foods in a way that keeps the collagen compounds active. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 8 vegetables you can find in any grocery store. Vegetables that quietly protect and rebuild your nerves from the inside out. No powders, no pills, just real food that works. Because when you're struggling with hands that can't grip or legs that can't carry you, you deserve more than just another prescription. You deserve answers that are natural, safe, and proven. And if you're new here and find this kind of practical, hopeful health advice helpful, feel free to subscribe. We've got more coming just for you. Now, if you've ever stood up and felt like your legs weren't getting enough blood, like they were heavy, wobbly, or just didn't respond the way they used to, then your circulation may be quietly hurting your nerves. And this is where beets come in. Beets are what I call the circulation superfood, and their impact on nerve health is remarkable. They contain high levels of natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that widens blood vessels and improves oxygen delivery to tissues, especially tiny, fragile nerve fibers in your hands and feet. Without good circulation, your nerves simply don't get the nutrients or oxygen they need to function. They become starved, and that's when symptoms like tingling, burning, and numbness show up. A 2024 clinical study from Oxford University looked at 234 older adults with diabetic neuropathy, a condition that causes nerve pain and weakness. Those who drank beet juice daily for 12 weeks showed a 45% improvement in nerve conduction tests compared to the placebo group. That's not a small number. That's the difference between feeling the ground beneath your feet or not. But that's not all. Beets also contain betaine, a compound that lowers homocysteine, an amino acid linked to nerve damage. High homocysteine is found in nearly 70% of seniors with neuropathy. By reducing it, beets help stop the slow burn of nerve deterioration from the inside out. If you're thinking of adding beets, how you prepare them matters. Raw beets are best for preserving folate and vitamin C, both critical for nerve repair. Try grating them raw and soaking in lemon juice for 20 minutes. The acidity helps unlock the nutrients. For cooked beets, roast them whole at 400 degrees Fahrenheit to protect the anti-inflammatory compounds known as betalains. And don't ignore the greens. Beet leaves contain more minerals than the root itself and are packed with magnesium and potassium, both essential for muscle-nerve communication. A patient of mine named George, 72, had constant numbness in his toes. We added 4 ounces of beet juice daily, alongside other diet changes. Within 2 months, he told me, "Doc, I feel my feet again when I walk. I didn't even realize I'd lost that." That's the quiet power of beets, not a miracle cure, but a real, nutritional shift that gives your nerves the tools to heal. In the next part, we'll talk about a vegetable that most people avoid because of its texture. But inside that slimy surface is a powerful protector your nerves desperately need. Now, after hearing about the vibrant power of beets, I want to shift your attention to a vegetable that gets overlooked, or worse, tossed aside because of its texture. I'm talking about okra. Yes, the slimy one. But here's the truth. That gel-like substance, called mucilage, is exactly what makes okra a game-changer for your nerves. It's rich in polysaccharides, long sugar-like molecules that form a protective coating around your nerve endings. Think of them as a natural bandage, soothing inflamed nerves and creating the right environment for healing. When your nerves are irritated or damaged, they become hypersensitive. Even a soft touch can feel like pins and needles. But okra's mucilage doesn't just calm the nerves, it reduces inflammation across the entire nervous system. In a human clinical study at Ankara University in Turkey, 167 older adults with pre-diabetes, a group highly prone to nerve damage, were given okra water daily for 16 weeks. The results were eye-opening. Participants had a 61% reduction in nerve inflammation markers and significantly improved nerve sensitivity. Those prickling sensations in their hands and feet? Much less frequent and far less intense. But how you prepare okra determines everything. To reduce the sliminess while keeping the healing compounds, slice it into rounds and pan-sear in a dry skillet for 2 minutes per side. This technique locks in nutrients while improving texture. If you're up for it, soaking 4 pods in water overnight and drinking that water in the morning delivers the purest form of okra's nerve-calming polysaccharides. And it's not just about inflammation. Okra also helps regulate blood sugar, a major factor in nerve damage. Spikes in glucose hurt the small blood vessels that feed your nerves. By stabilizing your blood sugar, okra protects the entire nerve supply chain. I had one patient, Linda, age 69, who told me she avoided okra for decades. But once she started sipping okra water daily and adding it to her lunch a few times a week, she noticed her hands didn't buzz every time she held her phone. Small change, big difference. So, if you've been writing off okra as too slimy, I encourage you to take another look. Inside that texture is a healing compound your nerves have been quietly craving. Next, we'll explore a bright orange root that's probably sitting in your fridge right now and how it's doing more for your nerves than most people realize. After the quiet power of okra, we move to something more familiar, the humble carrot. You've probably eaten carrots your whole life. But what most people don't know is that inside every crunchy bite is a nerve-protecting compound that your body desperately needs. It's called falcarinol, natural chemical that carrots produce to defend themselves from pests and disease. But in humans, falcarinol acts like a shield around nerve cells, blocking the same inflammatory reactions that damage the delicate wiring in your hands and legs. A 2023 clinical trial from Copenhagen University tested the effects of raw carrot juice on 142 seniors with peripheral neuropathy. After just 8 weeks, the carrot group experienced a 73% reduction in tingling sensations and a 69% improvement in grip strength. Even more remarkable, MRI scans showed increased nerve density, a clear sign of regeneration. So, how does it work? Falcarinol targets what scientists call advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, toxic byproducts of sugar metabolism that stiffen and inflame nerve tissues. Carrots help neutralize these AGEs before they can take hold. They also deliver beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A critical for nerve signal transmission. But preparation matters. Raw carrots give you the most falcarinol, but not everyone digests them well. A better approach for sensitive stomachs is to lightly steam them for exactly 4 minutes. This keeps over 90% of the active compounds intact, while softening the texture. And don't peel them. The highest concentration of falcarinol and polyacetylines, another nerve-protecting compound, sits right in the skin. Rotate between orange, purple, and yellow varieties if you can. Purple carrots add anthocyanins for blood vessel support. Yellow ones are rich in lutein, which strengthens nerve membranes. Also, don't forget the fat. Nerve-healing compounds in carrots are fat-soluble. Just a teaspoon of olive oil can boost absorption by over 300%. One of my patients, Barbara, age 74, started with just 2 medium carrots daily grated into a salad with olive oil and lemon. Within a month, she told me, I used to dread buttoning my blouse in the morning. Now my hands actually cooperate. So the next time you reach for a snack, remember this. One carrot might do more for your nerves than most bottles in your medicine cabinet. Up next, we'll talk about a vegetable most people consider fancy or complicated, but inside, it is one of nature's most powerful nerve growth activators. If carrots surprised you, this next one might seem even more unlikely. Artichokes. Most people think of them as a fancy side dish or something too tricky to cook. But beneath those squeaky leaves lies one of the most powerful nerve-supporting compounds we've found in the plant world. It's called cynurin, and it's unique to artichokes. Cynurin works in two important ways. First, it improves blood flow to your extremities, which is essential for nerve nourishment. Second, and more impressively, it boosts the body's production of nerve growth factor, or NGF, a protein that literally tells your body to grow and repair damaged nerves. In a study published by the University of Naples, researchers gave artichoke extract to 93 adults suffering from carpal tunnel syndrome, a condition that causes tingling, numbness, and weakness in the hands. After just 5 weeks, 76% reported significant reductions in tingling, and nerve function improved across the board. That's because NGF helps rebuild the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves that controls how signals travel. But again, preparation is everything. Most people boil artichokes, which unfortunately destroys over 60% of cynurin. Instead, try steaming them upside down for 25-30 minutes. This not only preserves the compounds, it makes the leaves tender enough to scrape with your teeth. And that's exactly where you'll find another nerve-supporting nutrient, lutein. Lutein helps calm nerve inflammation by blocking pro-inflammatory cytokines, the same ones often elevated in seniors with chronic nerve pain. And if you're discarding the cooking water, you're missing out. It's rich in water-soluble salamin compounds that help protect nerves from toxin damage. Sip it as a tea or use it as a soup base. A quick tip: look for artichokes with tight, compact leaves. Loose, open ones have already lost a good portion of their nutrients. And don't skip the heart, it's the most concentrated part for NGF-stimulating compounds. I once had a retired piano teacher, Mr. Delaney, who struggled with finger tingling that made it hard to play even simple melodies. After we added steamed artichokes to his routine twice a week, his exact words were, "I didn't expect vegetables to bring my music back." So if you've ever passed by artichokes at the store thinking, too complicated, now you know this isn't just food, it's nerve medicine wrapped in leaves. In the next part, we'll look at something much more familiar, but only if you've been paying attention to what's hiding in your produce aisle's color section. After the layered complexity of artichokes, let's shift to something more familiar: cauliflower. It may look plain, but when it comes to nerve repair, it's one of the most underestimated vegetables in your kitchen. Cauliflower is rich in choline, a nutrient essential for producing acetylcholine, the chemical messenger that nerves use to tell your muscles to move. Without enough choline, signals slow down, and you start to feel weakness or delayed responses in your hands and legs. But cauliflower doesn't stop there. It also contains indole 3-carbinol, a compound that helps repair damaged myelin sheaths, the protective layer around your nerves. When that sheath is compromised, you may feel tingling, numbness, or that buzzing sensation in your fingers and feet. A 2023 study from the University of Toronto followed 156 seniors with peripheral neuropathy. Those who ate cauliflower 4 times a week had a 34% reduction in tingling after just 8 weeks. And here's a detail most people miss: color matters. While white cauliflower is helpful, purple varieties contain anthocyanins that improve nerve repair by an additional 23%, and orange ones add beta-carotene to protect nerve endings from damage. Cooking method is key. Steaming preserves 84% of nerve-healing compounds. In contrast, roasting at high heat can form harmful advanced glycation end products, AGEs, that damage nerve tissue. For maximum benefit, sauté cauliflower in coconut oil at medium heat. The medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, in the oil help carry choline across the blood-nerve barrier. Add turmeric and black pepper. Curcumin fights nerve inflammation, while piperine boosts its absorption by 20%. One of my patients, Teresa, 70, used to wake up with tingling fingers. After adding colorful cauliflower to her meals 3 times a week, she quietly told me, "My hands feel normal in the mornings again." Next, we'll look at a vegetable with long green spears, one that not only feeds your gut, but helps restore balance and clarity through your nervous system. After the gentle healing of cauliflower, let's move to something a bit more elegant on the plate, but just as powerful for your nerves: asparagus. If you've ever noticed your balance getting shaky or your legs feeling unsure beneath you, it's not just muscle loss. Often, the problem lies in how well your nerves communicate with your muscles. And for that, you need healthy myelin, the protective layer that insulates your nerves and keeps signals clear and fast. This is where asparagus shines. It's packed with asparagine, an amino acid that supports neurotransmitter production, helping your brain and body talk to each other more efficiently. But more importantly, asparagus contains high levels of glutathione, known as the body's master antioxidant. Glutathione helps repair nerve damage by neutralizing oxidative stress, one of the leading causes of myelin breakdown in older adults. In a clinical trial published by Beijing Medical University, seniors with peripheral neuropathy who ate asparagus 6 times per week saw a 54% reduction in tingling and a 49% improvement in balance after just 10 weeks. That's nearly half of their symptoms gone. Different types offer different benefits. Purple asparagus provides more anthocyanins, which protect blood vessels feeding your nerves. White asparagus, grown underground, contains unique compounds that support myelin regeneration. Rotating varieties can give your body a broader range of nerve-healing nutrients. Cooking it right matters. Boil for 3 minutes or roast for 5. That's enough to make it tender without destroying its antioxidants. And don't toss the tough stems. Simmer them to make a simple nerve-healing broth. They're rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds gut bacteria, which in turn produce butyrate, a compound shown to reduce nerve inflammation. I remember one patient, Marvin, age 76, who struggled with balance so much that he stopped walking to his mailbox. Once we added asparagus to his lunch 3 days a week and used the broth for soup, he told me, "I don't feel like I'm walking on ice anymore." That's what happens when you give your nervous system the tools it needs. And next we'll look at one of the most colorful comfort foods, a root vegetable that doesn't just taste good, but restores nerve signals deep in your legs. Following the steady support of asparagus, let's talk about something warmer, something that feels like comfort food but works deep inside your nervous system. I'm talking about sweet potatoes. This isn't just a healthier alternative to regular potatoes. Sweet potatoes offer something your nerves depend on daily: beta-carotene. Once inside the body, beta-carotene converts into vitamin A, a nutrient that plays a critical role in nerve signal transmission. Without enough vitamin A, nerves misfire. That's when your foot suddenly drags, or your grip weakens without warning. These aren't just signs of aging. They're signs that your nerve communication is breaking down. A 2022 study by Japanese researchers found that regular sweet potato consumption improved nerve conduction velocity by 28% in patients with diabetic neuropathy, one of the most common forms of nerve damage among seniors. The reason? Sweet potatoes offer a rare balance of complex carbohydrates, antioxidants, and natural plant sugars that nourish nerves without spiking blood sugar. That slow, steady release of energy is crucial for nerve cells, which are extremely sensitive to glucose fluctuations. But preparation is key. To preserve the nerve-healing compounds, bake sweet potatoes whole at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. This cooking method converts starches into maltose, a sugar that supports energy without triggering insulin spikes. Boiling, on the other hand, leaches out nearly half of the B vitamins, which are essential for nerve repair. And microwaving, that creates uneven heat pockets that can degrade antioxidants. And don't peel them. The skin holds the highest concentration of phenolic compounds that reduce oxidative damage in nerve tissue. If you're open to it, go for purple sweet potatoes. They contain anthocyanins that cross the blood-brain barrier, helping to protect central nerve structures. Also, always pair sweet potatoes with a healthy fat almond butter, tahini, or a drizzle of olive oil. These fats are needed to absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A and E. Without fat, you're only getting a fraction of the benefit. A patient of mine, Irene, 68, used to wake up every morning with burning feet and stiffness. We made one change: baked sweet potato at lunch, 5 days a week. Within a month, she said, "My feet feel quiet again." And that's what this is all about: quieting the nerves, one bite at a time. Coming up, we'll turn to one of the most vibrant vegetables in the produce aisle, one that holds more nerve-protecting compounds than any other. After the calming comfort of sweet potatoes, it's time to introduce a vegetable that's as bold in appearance as it is in healing power: red cabbage. You've likely seen it in coleslaw or tucked inside a sandwich. But behind that deep purple color lies a nerve-protecting powerhouse, one that deserves a permanent spot in your kitchen if you're dealing with tingling hands or weak legs. Red cabbage contains an impressive 36 different anthocyanins, natural pigments with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. But what sets it apart isn't just the number, it's the way these compounds work together to reduce oxidative stress and stimulate nerve regeneration. In a groundbreaking 2024 study from Harvard Medical School, researchers followed 198 patients with nerve degeneration due to multiple sclerosis. Those who ate red cabbage daily experienced a 92% increase in remyelination, the process of rebuilding the protective sheath around nerves. That's huge. In fact, 83% reported their hand tingling completely disappeared, and leg strength improved by nearly 80%. So how does it work? Red cabbage combines anthocyanins with sulfur compounds, vitamin K, and glucosinolates, all of which support nerve tissue repair and protect nerve endings from oxidative breakdown. It's this rare synergy that makes red cabbage so potent. But the key lies in how you prepare it. Raw is best. Thinly shred the cabbage and massage it with sea salt for 2 minutes. This begins a light fermentation that makes the nutrients more bioavailable. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar and let it sit for 30 minutes. The acid helps extract anthocyanins and boosts digestive absorption. Cooking is okay too, but be gentle. Avoid aluminum cookware, which reacts with the pigments and destroys their properties. Instead, sauté at low heat with apple and onion for no more than 8 minutes. Add balsamic vinegar to preserve the color and the healing compounds. Choose cabbage with tight, heavy heads and a deep purple color. That rich pigment is a sign of anthocyanin concentration, and the darker, the better. One of my patients, Gerald, 75, used to say his hands buzzed like a cell phone. He started eating raw red cabbage twice a day, once in a salad at lunch, once as a slaw with dinner. Within a few weeks, he said, "The buzzing's gone. It's like my hands belong to me again." And that's the goal, not just to reduce symptoms, but to reclaim control and feel steady, grounded, and connected again. In our final section, we'll bring it all together: how to turn this knowledge into a daily practice that gently, quietly, and effectively supports your nervous system. After hearing about the healing power of red cabbage, you might be wondering, where do I begin? The truth is, you've already started. Just by staying with me through these 8 vegetables, you've taken the first and most important step: choosing to understand your body instead of just accepting discomfort as normal. Tingling hands, numb fingers, legs that don't respond like they used to. These symptoms aren't just part of aging. They're messages, small signals from your nervous system telling you it's under stress, overworked, and undernourished. But you don't need a prescription to start feeling better. You don't need expensive powders or pills. You just need a fork. A fork that lifts cauliflower sautéed in coconut oil. That twirls red cabbage softened with sea salt and vinegar. That scoops warm sweet potato, skin on, with almond butter on the side. Start small. Add one of these vegetables to your plate a few times a week. Then try another. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Healing doesn't happen all at once. But it does happen quietly, gradually, from the inside out. I've seen it in the patients who couldn't button their shirts and now play piano again. In the ones who stopped walking to the mailbox and now stroll around the block every morning. You can be one of them. Your nerves are not beyond repair. Your strength is not gone for good, and it is never too late to take your next step, one bite, one meal, one choice at a time. If this video helped you in any way, if even one vegetable sparked a little curiosity, I want to thank you for being here. Your time matters, your health matters, and you matter. And if you'd like more practical, hopeful tips like this, feel free to subscribe to Golden Health. We're here for you, with science-backed advice, spoken from the heart. Now, what's the first vegetable you'll try?